I think the Denver Broncos deserve a lot of love for what they've done. And for a team I don't talk about and cover enough, I really appreciate what this franchise has done over the last few years with Sean Payton and now Bo Nix. Now, the whole Russell Wilson catastrophe did not end how this franchise wanted, but considering they were paying off his contract last year, they did pretty well. They surpassed everyone's expectations, shocked the world, made a wild card game, and yeah, they lost to the Bills, but I think no matter what, the season was a success, considering they made the playoffs. And I'm not afraid to say it. The Denver Broncos are a dark horse contender this year. Flat out. I'm in love with the well-constructed roster from head to toe. This team really doesn't have a glaring weakness. Now, of course, there are points where you can improve. Bo Nix can improve. They need another target for him. The offense needs more juice, for sure. But it's very well-rounded. It's very complete. You can tell there was a lot of care that was put into building this team the right way under Sean Payton's guidance. And let's get into why I like them so much this year. So for starters, the defense is a top 5 unit in the league. They're the number 1 ranked defense on Bleacher Report, 7th in total defense last year, 3rd in scoring defense last year. They led the league with 63 sacks last season. And they're returning a bunch of players. They're returning a handful of key guys defensively. The notable one, Defensive Player of the Year, Patrick Surtain, lockdown corner. They don't have to worry about a wide receiver 1 on any other team they play. They got a security blanket with PS2. But that's just where it starts now. They drafted a lockdown corner in Jahdae Barron, arguably the best corner out of the draft, who will complement PS2 and play the other side of the field. So that secondary really has a lot of reassurance now with 2 corners that can play against the top 2 options. So let's paint a scenario here. Week 4, Cincinnati, you got Chase, you got Higgins, you got Burrow. That is dealt with. You've got 2 corners that can handle that. And if not, the secondary, besides those 2, is improved. Brandon Jones out of Miami and Hufanga out of San Francisco, those are 2 safeties that are coming in and they're going to make an impact. Now, Hufanga's had injury troubles, I understand, in San Francisco, but when he has played, he's been really good. He has shown flashes of greatness, which is why they went after him, which is why they're giving him the contract. And I think for a defense that was already really good last year, they're just elevating. And that's really scary. And that's what you need in a division, in a conference that is quarterback dominant, that is offensively powered with Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, CJ Stroud. The list goes on. You need a defense that can withstand that pressure in the regular season and, more importantly, in the playoffs when the lights are really on. So I love what this defense looks like. They're a top 5 unit headed into the year, and I think they're going to do damage. I think the Broncos defense will finish top 3 in almost every metric that a defense is measured on. They're just really good, and they don't seem to have a lot of holes defensively. Now let's move over to the offense. Everyone bashed Bo Nix last year because he threw too many checkdowns, too many screens, took the easy completion. And I will tell you, anyone that's played football, whether that's at a high school level, collegiate level, D1, D2, D3, professionally in the NFL, they will tell you there is no shame in taking the easy pass. There is no shame in taking a completion. There's no shame in gaining 5 or 6 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards. Not every shot has to be a home run shot in the NFL. Most of them aren't. And the way Bo Nix played last year, it was safe. It moved the sticks. It got the job done. And it helped this offense gain some momentum. So by the end of the year, they were actually moving. They were putting in good work game after game. But he had to start out slow. And we don't see this from a lot of rookie quarterbacks because they don't have the pathway painted for them by a head coach that knows what he's doing, like Sean Payton. Because they usually go to teams that have struggled, that are 3-13, that are terrible, that are just not good. So I think it was impressive that Bo Nix did what he did, but also that he had the opportunity to grow in an offense that is clearly going to help his development. And I will not hear any Bo Nix slander because there were points last year Bo Nix stepped up in massive ways. There were big-time throws that he made when the pressure was on and when they needed a play, when they needed a score, and Bo Nix stepped up right into that role. I saw exactly what I needed to see last year from Bo Nix. And if he can even take one step forward this year, I think this offense is just that much better. That much better. And they still have so much potential to unlock. So bottom line, Bo Nix is not just a check down guy. Don't slander him because he took the easy completions last year. He's just doing what works. I don't care if it's a check down or a screen or a 5-yard slant or a drag. If you're moving the sticks, I don't care. If you're putting the ball in the end zone, I don't care. And understand, he also doesn't have the sufficient weapons to run top 5 offense in the league. But maybe he will one day. You look at his surrounding pieces right now. Courtland Sutton is a dog. He is a dog. He proved that last year. He is your go up and get it receiver, 50-50 crown. Like, this guy is unbelievable. Courtland Sutton, we're talking a future Pro Bowler again. I'm not sure if he's made the Pro Bowl, so I won't speak to that, but he will be a future Pro Bowler. He's shown us the potential, and that connection is just going to grow. It's just going to grow and be better, right? So he's got Courtland Sutton. They brought on Evan Ingram, who's had decent seasons in the past, but obviously hasn't been on the best of teams and, hasn't been put in the best positions some years with the Giants, with the Jags to succeed. I think that could change with Denver. They got Mims there too, but like I said, he needs a number 2 option, but that's fine. Let's talk about the running backs. J.K. Dobbins coming off a massive season with the Chargers. Health has always been the concern. But if he can stay healthy, if he can at least give them 13, 14, 15 healthy games, that's a massive upgrade. That is a big-time upgrade. J.K. Dobbins, another dog who excelled last year under the Greg Roman system over in L.A. And I think that he'll be a key player for this Broncos offense this year. And then, don't get me started. One of my favorite draft picks, R.J. Harvey. We're talking about a running back that I think flew way under the radar. I think he's very talented. I think he's going to fit in with this Broncos offense, with this scheme, very, very well. You just watch the tape, and it's undeniable, the work that he puts in on the field. He's an explosive runner. He's really good at winning in space. He's incredible. He's quick, and his lateral movement, second to none in the draft. Very, very good. Now, am I talking a first-round draft pick? No. He's still got areas of improvement. He's still a little indecisive at some points, reading the hole. And I wouldn't necessarily say he's got burners on him. I wouldn't say he's a 4-2 guy. but he's quick, he's twitchy, and he can win in a one-on-one. He's not your Derrick Henry power back, but he's tough. So I think all signs point towards an even better year for this Broncos offense. Bo Nix will take a step forward. He's grown as a passer, and you could see the growth as the year progressed. Every game, they relied more and more and more on him. I think it was the Falcons game at some point last season where I watched and I said, man, that was a really full and complete game by Bo Nix. He did it all. He checked down the ball, completed passes over the middle, completed deep shots. He really did it all. Cleveland game, I think it was a Monday Night Football or a Thursday Night Football, prime time. He made a few passes that game. I was like, wow, this is not just a check down merchant. This guy can actually ball. Cincinnati, last game of the season, I want to say maybe week 17. They're down, makes a huge play to tie that game before Cincinnati eventually would take the lead and win. But these were all instances I watched Bo Nix ball out last year. And while everyone was complaining in the media, oh, he's a check down merchant, oh, JV, oh, no. Let the man succeed first year. Let him get comfortable. Good offenses, good offensive coordinators, good head coaches. No. That's how you get your quarterback comfortable. That's how you get him in a rhythm. And as the confidence builds, you put more and more and more on the quarterback. So I love what the Broncos are doing this year. And we're going to run through their schedule real quick here. I'll give you a season prediction week by week. We got week 1 against Tennessee. That's a win. Week 2, Colts, win. Week 3, Chargers. I have a loss. Week 4, Bengals, win. Week 5, Eagles. That's a loss. I think the Eagles are going to be a powerhouse again. I think it's going to be really hard to stop them. So I have a loss there. Week 6, New York Jets, win. Week 7, New York Giants, win. Week 8, Dallas Cowboys, win. Week 9, Texans, win. I think they outperform Stroud. And although I think that defense is going to be really good, this will be one of the best games of the year, honestly. Houston-Denver is going to be a treat. But give me the Broncos. Week 10, Raiders, win. Week 11, Chiefs, loss. I think they go 0-2 against the Chiefs again. They almost beat them last year. Almost. That block kick. I think everyone's eyes were on that game, waiting for the Chiefs to finally lose. I think they're going to go 0-2 again against the Chiefs. Unfortunately, they're just a really good team, really good coach team. I'm a big Andy Reid believer, big Mahomes believer. So, yeah, I think they go 0-2 against the Chiefs. Week 12 bye. Coming off the Week 12 bye. Week 13, loss against the Commanders. Week 14, Raiders, win. Week 15, win against the Packers. Week 16, win against the Jaguars. Week 17, Chiefs, loss. Week 18, win, Chargers. They finish the season 12-5. They make the playoffs. And I think Bo Nix gets his first playoff win of his playoff career, of his NFL career this season in year 2. I'm expecting big things. And I think it's very realistic to ask for a year 2 jump from Bo Nix, from Sean Payton with the Broncos, with the Bo Nix system. And I think if you watched Denver last year, you're either getting the same, a similar product, or better. I really don't see a decrease in production. I really don't. And I think this team is going to be special. Watch out for the Broncos this year. I got them in the playoffs. I got them going 12-5, mile high. Let's get things done. Let's go Broncos.